What am I doing? My name is Layla. That's all I know. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Wow. There was a lot to explore in here, obviously. You guys know the deal. If you want to read this stuff, do a pausey pause. I'll read it when I go back through. Looks like it's all written out at the bottom there. So what I'll do is I'll just scroll to the bottom. That'd probably be easier. So, bitch trying to get into Abstergo. Does that mean she's not an assassin? I'm a little confused who we're playing here. I actually kind of just thought, I'll be honest, I thought that at this point the game had just gotten to the point where we could just play the game. I didn't realize we were actually going to have to do any modern time stuff. I know we did in the last one, but I didn't think Syndicate had much. If I swear I watched someone else play it. Because I usually, if I'm not going to play a game myself, I usually watch someone else play it. I don't remember there being any modern day sequences. And I'll admit too, I could do without modern day sequences. This is too much documentation. They do not need to give this much documentation. I feel like maybe this is background for people who have never played the game before. Because I think we all know what an animus is. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Now scroll down. Like I said, you guys know the deal. If you want to read this stuff, just pause it. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to read this stuff, I feel you. Go ahead and just skip through this part. I don't blame you. For those of you who do want to read it, though, I want to make sure I give you that option. A lot of times when I watch a game, or I watch someone else play it, it's because I'm not going to buy it myself. So I don't want to miss out on things like this necessarily. So I want to make sure that if anyone wants this stuff, they get the chance to read it. That's why I'm going through it. No one's ever asked me, but I can just kind of, I can imagine someone asking, like, why would you do that? Why would you go through everything? That's why. Here we go. I don't think there's anything in here. Oops. The gone files. Okay. So something's clearly going on. I can't imagine it. I don't know. They threw a thing at us, though, in one of the games. I can't remember which one that was, but it was the one I referenced earlier that was on the PS3. And it came out the same time that Unity came out. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a ship sailing one, and it felt like a really bad clone of the fourth game. The fourth game was amazing, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. Lobster, clam chowder. I'm not sure why there's info on Desmond. So obviously this person's working contract. God, Desmond was such a cool character. I loved him. I remember just thinking he was so awesome the first time. The first load up. Oop, I probably should have paused that. Sorry. I just swear I remember watching that game played, and I don't remember Syndicate having anything modern day in it. I must be wrong, though. There must have been modern day in Syndicate. What I might do is just make this a separate video, because I don't blame anybody who doesn't want to see all this. August 4th. God, there's so much in here. They're giving us too much exposition, I think. Assassin's Creed has always been one of those games where you could really get lore happy with it, for sure. I think I might open the same one twice, sorry about that. So I'm not totally surprised that there's too much information here, but I mean, this is too much of a dump. I'll be honest, I would not read this if it was me. In fact, now I'm thinking maybe the best thing I can actually do is make this a separate video. I mean, this is so long. I mean, holy crap. Why do I need creepy, fake-ish pictures? Of this person?
So long, and thanks for all the fish, Berkeley. March 21st, 2006. The day Layla Hassan drops out of college. That's right, Professor Moore. I'm not finishing that Jane Eyre paper. I got a job, and I'm headed to Philly next week. This whole classroom thing, it's not for me. Mom and Dad are freaking out, but they'll accept it. I'll be working towards something real, making real money, and I'll be closer to home. Not that I'll visit any more often. Sophia promised there would always be a place for me at Abstergo, as long as I show them what I can do with a circuit board and a pair of pliers. Sure, I'll have to work my way up to a place on her special project, but that doesn't matter. It won't be long before she or her father, Mr. Alan Ricken, notices what I'm capable of and asks for my help on the Animus. I swear, I get more done reading the latest copy of Wired on the toilet than the rest of the guys do all day in the lab. I mean, the body band? Really? If people can't take a walk on their own, they aren't going to listen to a watch that tells them to do it either. This is all so pointless. I should just go back to... Wait. That's probably what the body band would tell me to do. What I should do is build something that will simultaneously blow people's minds and the doors off the Animus Project. Nothing at Abstergo Fitness is going to be big enough for that. I'm bored as hell. But there's nothing like boredom to stimulate creativity. Yep. I think the body band needs a little adjustment to its language processing program. The right decision always feels like home. My stuff's the same. My locker smells the same. It's like I never left. But I did. And I can never unlearn what I know now. How will it change my work at the Historical Research Division? Hard to say. All I know is that it will. Our Dom booked us a lunch. Nothing fancy. She wanted me to meet Deanna Geary, my new medical officer. She looks like she was born in the middle of a cornfield, but she seems okay. I can't believe she left homemade cookies on my desk. I don't know why I told her about getting stood up last weekend. I never talk about personal stuff at work. At least it seems like I can trust her. You need that to stay alive in the field. Too bad most of Abstergo's tactical units don't consider trust a priority. Aho, the portable Animus. No mention in the official credits, but all those emails, all those middle-of-the-night phone calls from Madrid, there's a lot of me in there. Sophia, if I'd known you just wanted to strip mine my brain and leave me in the dark, I never would have followed you. Go away! There's no candy here! Nothing in life is ever free. Ever. The Animus. I can tell. I know it wouldn't have worked without my advice. Just look how they did the heat sink, the VRMs, the high amperage rating by transistor. It was me who told them it would offset failure of the... What's this? Hello there, DNA reader module. Are you ringing my doorbell? Maybe there's some candy here after all. I've come to the conclusion that Sophia is shit at hiring staff. The entire Madrid facility. Ugh. How do they not see it? It would be so easy. You just have to parse the genetic memory input and work from smaller data pools. You could even process incomplete samples and still create a reliable model for high levels of synchronization. The reader module and the decryption software would need an update, but it's doable. Madrid's probably congratulating themselves just for getting this far. Meanwhile, I'm partying with some congealed veggie curry, 3 plasma screens, a disassembled Animus, and Raw Victoria's debut album on loop. It's hectic. Dee will be mad when she sees how I use Milton's DNA, but what did she expect when she asked me for help? I needed someone's genetic profile to test the Animus, and, well, his was right there. All in the name of science. I like morning briefings. They're short, minimal nonsense, and they have free coffee. No downtime this week. They're putting me and Dee on a plane to Alexandria 2 days from now. I don't get why Hathaway's in such a rush. We're being deployed to extract an artifact. If it were a person of interest, the push would make more sense. A person could be halfway across the world in a couple of hours. But an artifact that's been sitting around for 2,000 years, it's not going anywhere. An artifact of high interest. Heard that before. It always ends up being some crappy pottery shard or half an old book. My Animus runs on DNA, not tableware. It'll be strange visiting Egypt for the first time since 2013. Back then I went looking for my roots and found trouble instead. It's good that Dee's coming. She always keeps me from doing anything too stupid. Turns out the artifact of high interest is also a person of interest. A mummy. And a golden opportunity. I've informed Dee of some changes I'm making to our assignment parameters. She acted mad, but I know she's eager to see my Animus field tested. Abstergo won't mind. Well, they would if they found out, but they won't. Hathaway's intel was a disaster. They have no idea what's going on with this extraction. Field tech is fun and all, but that's not why I left Berkeley. If the Animus lets me ride DNA this old, if the reader can model the missing codons and extrapolate the genetic memories that aren't mine, Sophia would lose her Abstergo. Abstergo will come to me on their hands and knees. My name will be right up there with Warren Biddick's. Minda. Too bad the Madrid facility got blown up. But I bet they'll build a new one soon. This one will be in Philly, and its lead engineer will be Layla Hassan.
Not sure why the subtitles aren't catching up there. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, guys. So far, I'm ready to die. This is way too long. I am dying. Just, yeah, I'm making this a separate video. I swear we've been at this for like 10 minutes. Anything else on here to deal with? I don't think so. Finally.